everyone. So I'm sat out here by my shed. It's a bit of a gloomy, subdued Tunnel Tuesday. I don't know if you can tell, but the weather is pretty crappy. It's drizzling, it's grey, it's very windy, and I can't do much in the way of gardening because I've managed to break a finger. It's my left hand, so it's not too bad, but it still makes doing any sort of gardening quite difficult. So there's not going to be a lot to show this week, but I thought what I'd do is I'd just show you the garden as it is at the moment and what we're working with, and talk you through some of our plans for this spring. Nancy going to dig up the raised beds. That's one of my first plans, is to get some fencing put around the vegetable patch area because the dog likes to try and dig in the beds. But yeah, I'll just get into it and show you what we're working with. So this is the back shed and the big tree. Everything is an absolute mess at the moment. I explained at the end of last summer that I hadn't really touched the garden. After my mum died, I kind of lost interest and didn't do a lot. My heart wasn't in it. I couldn't really bring myself to do much. So it's been untouched for a while. But that's okay, we can start fresh this year. So this is the smaller of the two beds. There's nothing in there at the moment, just some weeds. And the problem we have with this bed is it's overshadowed by the tree, and we have all the leaves and things fall down into it. So I'm going to be quite heavily cutting this back. It is mostly, there's a lot of dead wood on this tree anyway. A lot of it is rotten and needs to go. I'm stood here. This bird box is where we get the blue tits. We saw a few of them flying around this morning, which was lovely. We've got the Japanese maple, which is one my mum bought me last year, I believe, about a year ago. And it has got some new growth and some buds on it, which is nice, but I do need to get that sorted. This is the larger of the two beds. The only thing that survived is a couple of little baby chard. I don't know how well they're going to do, but I'm going to leave them in and see how they do. There's, as you can see, nothing in there. Last year we had the beans and the peas running down this side. I think I might rethink that this year and do things a little bit differently. I haven't quite decided. I might do two sort of teepee structures rather than one long thing. And we have straightened up and fixed up and re-put in the arches because they got completely destroyed in the wind over the winter. And as you can see, we've started replacing fence panels as well, so these are more sturdy, so we can grow things up the fences again. That bathtub's still empty. This is just a selection of mostly empty pots and weeds. This is my remembrance rose, which I need to get put in the ground. That's done quite well. And this is our blueberry, which is coming back to life, which is good. This is the big tree. The whole middle section has rotted away and fallen out, and we're going to check the rest of it, but I think some of it's going to have to come down. I still have the original plan of turning this whole section into a herb garden. I'm going to dig all this out, I'm going to leave that in, but then all around it is going to be my herb garden. I'm going to basically run a fence from sort of there all the way along up to the back. Hello, Nancy. And that is where this whole end of the garden is going to be, sort of allotment side. Take you over to the tunnel. I have a much shorter polytunnel this year because the storm destroyed the back end and snapped all the metal struts. So we now have a 3 metre polytunnel instead of a 4. Absolute disaster zone. As you can see, the back end is completely caved in. These are all the broken metal bits on the floor. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold that in and just have that as the back wall, and just run, put some planters or something along the outside. There's still plenty of space, you know. These are all empty pots that need emptying and refilling and sorting. My avocado got absolutely battered in the wind and is looking very, very sad, so I hope that one survives. It needs a water as well. I still have all my strings up for my tomatoes, which is good. I don't have to do the restringing this year. It's nice to be back in the tunnel filming. I really enjoyed doing Tunnel Tuesdays last year. I've been quite hesitant to get back into doing them this year because I haven't done much yet, and like I said, my heart wasn't really in it. But I'm starting from nothing. I'm starting from a mess, and hopefully that'll be an interesting progression. You'll get to see it going from what looks like a rubbish dump into a beautiful garden. So I hope you will kind of follow along with me and see how we go. Yeah, fingers crossed this will be a good year. I'm going to grow some new varieties of stuff and some different things, and move everything about. So it's the broken back end of the polytunnel. I think what I'm going to do is just kind of fold it in and sort of weigh it down, maybe put pots or something along it or cover it, because it's still perfectly usable apart from that back end. Seems silly to waste it. Gooseberry bush, which I need to repot, but that's springing back to life, which is lovely. You see the brambles have taken over again, so they will be coming down next week. I'm going to hackle those back. Here we've got buds on the apple tree. This is the Braeburn. Buds on the pear tree. This is another apple. The plum tree. And there we got another cherry blossom, a pall cover that's blown away. The buddleia, which we've hacked back, which just needs chopping up for firewood, and another cherry blossom, and back there's another baby apple tree. So as you can see, we've got plenty of wood for the fire pit that just needs organising and chopping, but everything is starting to spring back into life. We have my gardening assistant. Are you mowing the grass for me? Noodle, are you mowing the grass for me? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Nancy. Here we actually do still have some flowers. Nancy hasn't managed to dig them all up. We've got some little baby daffs. This back corner, all this empty wasted space over here, in the summer these trees that are all around me, these all flower and it's beautiful, and it's like a little hidden corner back here and it's lovely. So what I'm thinking of doing is building like a corner bench seat. Hang on. I'm going to build like a corner bench seat with an arch over it so that we can grow something nice over the top. It'd be like a little hidden nook where I can sit and read, put some fairy lights around it, and it'll be really, really pretty. So that's my plan for this wasted corner. Here we already have some blossoms on the cherry tree, which is lovely. This is one of my favourite parts of the garden, is this particular cherry tree. It really could do with a good prune, but I'll have to get the step ladder out for that. But this is one of my favourite parts of the garden. In the summer this is just absolutely stunning. Here is the garden overall from that back corner where I'm going to put the arbour. Got the patio down there, so there's going to be lots of flowers, and we've got mint growing all down that side. So there's going to be lots of flowers, strawberries and things like that, and then we've got roses up that fence. All along here is going to be a mixture of things. We've got some fruit trees, some wildflowers. I might chuck some random fruit and vegetables in there. Then we've got Mike sitting by the fire pit playing with the dog. That's the pool that needs cleaning or inflating. Got the polytunnel over there, and the veg patch is beyond, sort of beyond here, all the way around to the tree, and the compost piles are over here. But yeah, as you can see, it is a huge project. We've got a lot to do. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but it'll be worth it. Can you show YouTube your tricks?
More. Another one. Okay. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. It's the most lazy roll over ever.
Good try. But yeah. Oh.
Up. Okay.
girl. You're going to help me do some work? Not today. Just never. Never ever.
Never ever.
There's the view of the garden, the vegetable patch side of it. The sun's trying to come out. There you go. That's my growing space. So yeah, that is the garden as it stands. That's what we're working with at the moment. It's going to be a lot of work, but it will be worth it. Yeah, I'm hoping that you'll follow along on the journey with me and see me drag it from the mess that it is now up into a really nice mixed use garden. I want to have the vegetable patch and my herb garden. Yeah, so we've got the paddling pool for the kids to play in and lots of space for them to run around, and we've got the patio for sort of barbecues and outdoor dinners, and loads of space for garden parties. If you've seen any of my vlogs from last summer, you will see, you know, we do like to entertain, we do like to have people in the garden. So yeah, it's a good mixed space. Obviously the main focus of Tunnel Tuesdays will be on the vegetable patch side, but I thought it would be interesting to show you progress on the rest of the garden as well. So I'm sorry it wasn't particularly active this week, but as I said, I'm struggling to do anything at the moment. You wouldn't believe how much you rely on your left ring finger, even when you're right-handed. I'm going to sort through some seeds and things. I will probably start planting some seeds throughout the week and repotting some pot plants. I've got a new gooseberry bush that I got for Mother's Day and a new jasmine that I got for Mother's Day, which I want to plant just outside the patio doors here. There's a little trellis up the wall, so I'd love to plant that there so we can smell it when we open the doors. That'd be beautiful. Yeah, I will film little bits, little clips throughout the week and sort of collate them and add them onto next week's tunnel video. But that is going to be it for now. So if you're excited to see more garden videos and see what I actually do in the garden, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Tunnel Tuesdays are obviously on a Tuesday, but there will be other videos in between, cooking videos and vlogs and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now. I'm in a very rambly mood today. I'm going to stop rambling and I'll see you all soon. Bye. And I've been a bit hesitant to aeroplane.